that's just dead.
Mm.
They wanted to believe those phonies. They wanted to believe those fakes. Just like they wanted to believe Courtney Burgess, Ariel Kidd, Chris Todd. It's funny. I sat on Piers Morgan and I said, he's gonna start little fires everywhere and force everyone else to carry water while he walks away with them.
There is a third arrest that is coming. There's two that's already down. There's a raid that's about to go on. And on top of that, it's somebody that has something to do with an affidavit that I have already released. I am telling you, we know that it's coming. I knew it was coming when I made sure there were sworn and legal affidavits already ready 6 to 8 months ago. I'm telling you right now that they're about to grab them and they're about to announce it. When they announce it, we got a problem. There's ways that this is about to go. I think a lot of you guys are everybody's like, we're ready. We're ready until it's happening. And then everyone's like, what?
Ally Carter's explosive revelations about her traumatic past with Sean, Diddy Combs, are just the beginning. Now, Jaguar Wright, known for exposing Hollywood's darkest secrets, has joined forces with her, determined to uncover every skeleton in Diddy's closet. This isn't just another celebrity scandal. What they're alleging could shake Hollywood to its core. For years, rumors have swirled about secret tunnels leading to the Playboy Mansion, suggesting the industry's party scene was a front for something far more sinister. Now, Ally and Jaguar claim to have the truth, and if their allegations are correct, the reality is even more disturbing than imagined, potentially involving more victims, including children. Ally has long been a fearless advocate for survivors, sharing her story and fighting for justice. With Jaguar by her side, she's more determined than ever to bring the truth to light.
City parties. Those are parties. And I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night when the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened, and I was the type of kid that thought that, you know, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood, so you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine, you know, it really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that Full House, actual full-blown is, by the way, kids, don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. If you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in the beginning. Okay, cool. Goodbye. What was I saying? Full House. Thank you. if the pimp paid for if there's rules to Full House, there's rules to and there's rules to all kind of different jobs. Okay, so at a certain point, I was not brought or traded for, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there. It's not just celebrities, there's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them. Because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened, but at the same time, what am I supposed to do? When nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then, because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here, and I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled. But at the same time, nobody's asking about the kids and who else is really there. And no, it's just not about all these dudes having they need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel, and they make it like a carnival thing, and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's with animals, and then after a certain time, you have no idea what's happening because you're numb. And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're gonna have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish, throw up is a fetish, is a fetish. So, I have DID, and I went numb after a while. There's a reason for all of my splits, but I just went numb after a minute. And there's times where I just checked out. You can check out for a few hours while somebody is messing with you. It exists, because if you start fighting them back, then you're gonna suffocate or it's gonna hurt worse. So well, for me personally, I checked out. That's how I'm still sitting here. So yeah. And that's not the only thing, because after so many hours of dealing with people you, after so many hours of that, then if you're still okay, then they just make you go to another job like I did. So, then you're just transported through the tunnels. Yeah.
At first, Jaguar Wright was skeptical of Ally Carter, even suspicious. She believed Ally was using her name to gain clout, possibly just another opportunist chasing fame, followers, and views. The tension between them was undeniable, and fans quickly took sides. Many questioned whether Ally was genuinely seeking justice or simply another voice caught in the chaos of Hollywood exposés, destined to fade into the noise.
We're getting a lot of threats. A lot. A lot. Mainly from big kitties. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. And you know what? Kill me. You already tried. This won't be the first. Damn sure won't be the last. I just hope people see through it this time. We'll see.
They're always trying to find a way to attach me to some train wreck. You know, now this Ally Carter kitty business, it's weird. Because not only DNA doesn't lie, Kenyan, but Ally Carter is now subliminally referring to me as here kitty, lying, saying that me and my support base are threatening her. It's not true.
Then something shifted. Maybe it was shared trauma, the undeniable truth in Ally's story, or the pain in her eyes that Jaguar recognized from her own reflection. Whatever it was, the tension dissolved, and these two powerhouse women came together. This wasn't just an alliance, it was a declaration of war against Hollywood's darkest secrets. Suddenly, Jaguar wasn't side-eyeing Ally. She was standing beside her, amplifying her voice and adding her own unfiltered perspective. Together, they became an unstoppable force, determined to expose the truth.
I've extended the invitation to have a conversation with Allie Carter. I've been watching the content. It is accurate. Now, could she be lying and could she be accurate? Absolutely. But we don't know.
Right.
Just like people don't know about me. What I will say is, whether or not she's some alleged love child of Tupac or just a child that picked a really, really, really gruesome story so that she could shed light on the fact that she is a victim.
Right.
See, the one thing that I'm learning about these people is that they don't think anyone will care if they're just little old them. But if they can attach their name to something that the public would be interested in, finally they'll get someone to see them for who they want to be seen as, someone that's been wronged, harmed, a victim. Actually, we've been breaking down this sociopathy on my project. It's called the Woodshed Project. The first season is called Revealing Regina Gold, and it's really going through the mind of someone who's become so ravaged by social media that they see it as a means to get whatever it is that they want or they feel they're lacking out of life.
As long as they both keep talking, I guess that's all that matters. From what I've understood of Allie's stance on giving interviews, or communicating with other survivors or media people, and for her continuing to circle back to those still stuck in the situation, rather than making it anything about her, or what names she can attach herself to. She's dead set on exposing the corruption, and does not accept donations. So I think morally and ethically, her heart is in the right place. They've been sharing roughly the same message, dropping a lot of the same names, and sharing the same sentiment as often as possible with regards to the children. And both have helped keep more attention on this with their consistency. So whether there's any truth to any of either of what they're saying or not, their concern for the children seems mighty sincere.
Is Allie Carter being silenced?
I'm sure she is. I hope it's not my fault. I made an outcry to her that I'm willing to talk to her.
I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew, that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them.
It was put upon my spirit to issue out that invitation to a conversation with Allie Carter. And ever since then, it's been a...
When it came to the secret tunnels, Jaguar and Ally didn't hold back. They described them as something out of a horror movie, dark, winding corridors leading to places no child should ever see. Allegedly connecting to the infamous Playboy Mansion, these tunnels weren't just for sneaking around, they were the lifeblood of a sinister operation. According to them, powerful elites, celebrities, and influential figures used these hidden routes to move undetected. As they spoke, old rumors and half-truths suddenly gained chilling clarity, leaving the public to piece together a terrifying reality.
They were saying that there might have possibly, maybe be tunnels under Diddy's mansion.
No, not possibly. There are. I know people that have been in them. I know people that have been to that pool. And all that section of the community can reach. People keep forgetting that the city of LA is nothing but layers of tunnels. You know, that's the one thing about, my guy, he's such a geek. He's like me. He knows LA like I know Philly. Inside and out, mysteries, secrets, all of that. There are a lot of tunnels from anywhere from 10 to 15 feet, what, 20 feet down is the subway?
Yeah.
And then under that, there's another layer, and then there's another layer.
50 feet. 50
You
feet.
can go about 50 feet down, and there's tunnels all underneath LA. Why wouldn't the rich and wealthy build their own so that they could have their own secret society just below the ground?
So it's
Come on here and play game.
And guess what? They can go and they can do whatever they want, and they can make their troubles disappear from house to house, and nobody see anybody moving around. Those tunnels have been there. They were there long before Diddy was able to buy a house there. The truth is, how did Diddy know to buy the right house with the tunnels underneath? Someone would have had to have told him, see. And like that Playboy bunny from London is now saying, the only difference between a Diddy party and a Playboy party was that there were children there.
And watching an episode called Pig Night. When I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when you have to do orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to like starve yourself, because this is about to get a little bit dark. So if you got a faint stomach, or if you just can't be doing it right now, just go. Don't even try to. It's a lot. It's about to get a lot. So just here's your time. Exit. When you have to do those type of stuff, you can't eat because you will throw up. If you're doing it, or if you are a guy doing it, you will everywhere. When this happens, your parents will be mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you on someone, you will have to lay in it, have sex in it, stay in it. So when they tried to feed us, I already knew not to eat, because that's just, I'm always told, like, at the end of a job, I was really happy if my pet would give me grapes, because that was like a big thing of mine. I loved grapes when I was a teenager. I don't really love grapes that much now. They're still alright, but texture issues. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, so I knew, okay, I'm gonna eat. Like, I don't know what this is for. I was told don't eat the food. Okay, fine. I thought it was because it was a different source of drugs. There's candy dishes in elite parties. There's always a candy dish. Candy dishes that I went to was always cocaine or ecstasy or weed or random things. Angel dust. Okay. They showed us a room. They kind of made us feel like we were taking a tour of the mansion. Then they showed us the animals. Then they took us to a rec room, like a playroom.
One of the most chilling revelations was about a ritual called Pig Nights. The name sounded strange, but the reality was far darker. Ally's first-hand account painted a nightmarish scene where innocence was currency and depravity ruled. She described young, vulnerable girls being led into rooms filled with industry giants, a horrifying glimpse into Hollywood's darkest secrets. Creepy, right?
you know, Playboy has I forgot what I was gonna say. Contracts. Non-disclosure contracts. Where sometimes there are celebrities that are a constant visit. And when they're a constant visit, these celebrities have a contract with the Playboy. Depending on what location they're at, either way it goes, especially when they're a known celebrity. They have contracts. So it kind of keeps them safe. If there's a Playboy bunny that leaves, they're not allowed to tell who they had with, who was there, who was a frequent bunny, who was a member, or frequent John, who was a member. You're not allowed to. Technically, when you work at the Playboy, you work there. When you are on an intake and you work and you have a room at the Playboy, it is treated as if you have a contract. And you can't talk about those things. So for me, I didn't have that contract. I was brought in for a weekend, and when I found the episode of Pig Night, then I realized what was going on. And it took me, I've cried myself to sleep so many times this past week. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to process as an adult. To say this was still don't even know what words to put to that. I'm still trying to. It's a lot to process as an adult. It's a lot to process that we were called pigs. You can feed a pig anything. Pigs will eat my pig. I had a pig. I love my pig. She's really smart. So pigs are smart. And it was stupid because it's treating it as you can do whatever you want to the pigs. It's just pigs. Processing that as an adult, I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to deal with it a lot because a lot of people don't understand when we say trafficking what's going on. It's not just jobs. It's not just it's more than that. And in the show, they keep walking right up to the door of MK Ultra. They keep tiptoeing around it, but they're not saying it. There's a lot that happened, and a lot of people watched. There's a lot of security that was at that mansion that watched. There are regulars. I know people know that there are regulars. You know, the people that play into the Playboy are your regular nasty, vulgar, raunchy, and they kind of sell their personality as that way already on TV. So people know about Jamie Foxx, Chris Tucker. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, I've seen a lot at the Playboy. There's many names that people seen at the Playboy. That's what it was for. In the last year, I've never understood so much of the world as a stage in my life. This whole with Will Smith and Chris Rock, they're actors. They're actors. Blows my mind is here we go again with the whole world on one thing about an alopecia because of Jada. Jada has alopecia. Poor her. Oh my gosh, it's a black woman in the middle of it. And that's why
Jaguar and Ally's partnership has become a beacon of hope for those silenced for too long. They're not just exposing secrets, they're uplifting each other, proving what real support looks like. Together, they urge fans to see beyond Hollywood's glamorous facade, revealing the dark reality beneath the red carpets and award shows, a world built on manipulation, exploitation, and lies. Their mission is clear.
Let's see, when Ali Carter came back and, also addressed it. Now that's just dead. They wanted to believe those phonies. They wanted to believe those fakes. Just like they wanted to believe Courtney Burgess, Ariel Kidd, Chris Todd. It's funny. I sat on Piers Morgan and I said, he's gonna start little fires everywhere and force everyone else to carry water while he walks away with no response. Isn't that what we've seen happen ever since I did Piers Morgan?
Yeah. Have you been getting any apologies for that? Like,
No, they're still trying to prove me a liar with AI receipts.
have you gotten any lawsuits from over on that side? Like, hey, we're gonna find you. We're gonna because they're saying lawsuits are coming.
No. Ain't nobody sued. Y'all been knowing me for how long? I've been threatened with how many lawsuits? Like, really?
Come on. So, I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm getting sued and Santa Claus is a woman. Out of here.
Let me ask you, why is it hard for folks to believe that a 13-year-old will be dropped off at the MTV Awards and left
I
alone?
don't know, because when I was 13, I ran away from home for 4 months.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Versus Epstein having
Kids run away all the time. Why is that so unbelievable?
Epstein have 12-year-olds leaving school to go give him
Probably
massages.
sell their daughter out for payment from superstars all the time.
And that was a common thing back then.
Yeah.
That was a common thing.
Get the money and tell the kid to, go to school. Like, I don't, that's what I'm saying. Like, people was worried about all the wrong things. How about we stop worrying about whether or not she's credible and ask ourselves why we don't want to believe that her accusing these people is plausible? What makes them so special that they don't get looked at?
Yeah.
What makes them above reproach? These are human beings. They're capable of anything, just like any human being.
So what you're saying is stop looking at at false idols or our heroes. Start looking at every person
Every last one of his friends is a PDF of why the can't Mr. Carter be? Y'all people are weird.
Humans will be humans.
Worship the way you worship people. Weird.
Jackie.
And they sell your soul for a brand new Maybach.
I got some people, I'm so tired of being strong. Are you tired? You're tired? Baby, you're tired. Tell me how tired you are when you can't sleep at night because there's a smell that's going past you and it can't stop reminding you of the time that you were tied to somebody's spinning wheel in a party. Tell me you're tired when your bones won't stop popping in a weird way because somebody tied you down and you were moving in those restraints and then there was no way to get out of them and you sat in them for 5 to 6 hours so now your hips don't move the same way. Tell me you're tired when the amount of night terrors, PTSD, and flashbacks won't stop because your skin is crawling and you can't make it stop because somebody mentioned your predator's name. I'm sick of people using the word triggered and offended and you have no damn idea what it means. So, thank you to those who get it. Thank you. But, for those who don't, go please put your time into recycling. I wouldn't even ask you to mess with anything human, because as far as you, just heartless and judgmental is not going to do a damn thing for anybody, especially in this fight. Kids need adults. Kids need somebody to be who they needed when they were a child. So you know, when you were saying something as a child, you know somebody was like, they just a kid, they don't know what they're saying. Somebody needs somebody to put their grown woman on or their grown man and do something. Not just talk about it, do something. From the get-go. There's somebody that messaged me. I know you probably don't want to even talk to me right now. I just seen your stuff. I want to talk to you. I want to do a podcast. Somebody tagged the Riverside Sheriff Department for Riverside County Child Protective Services. Now listen, I know that some of you guys are just now getting this message, but if you understand how well this web is tied.
So, what do you think? When will we finally see these tunnels? And do you believe Jaguar an ally? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Until then, fam, stay real.